That right there, my friends, that was the last time you're about to see Champions League football, bare minimum, in the next 18 months. Wow, reality is kicking in hard right now. And as I've been saying for the past week, my main fear right now is what mental motivation are these players going to find before the season ends right now? That is my main fear. What is there to play for? What is there to motivate yourself for? I'm hoping now that the season's about to come to an end. I want to see at least there's something we can bring from this season to next season. Let's at least focus on the players that have a future at this football club now. Let's give them opportunities. Let's find the right way to play these guys. Let's try and create a bit of balance at least, because this season is an absolute nightmare. One of the worst seasons I've seen in my entire life as a football fan, and realistically, with the hard games we have until this season ends, it's about to get worse. It's about to get a lot worse. So time's going to tell what the reaction is going to be. But we have to discuss this game. And I think if there was maybe one player that really played the most decisive parts of this entire leg, I'd probably say that is Cucurella. I mean, who would have thought Cucurella is going to be like one of the main guys you can obviously shine the light on and focus attention on. Obviously, he played the big involvement in the first leg in which Ben got sent off. In this game today, before the first half whistle ended, he had an amazing opportunity, point blank, to put us in front at least, to give us a fighting chance to do something different in the second half. If we take a 1-0 lead into that second half with the game we played today, who knows what could happen with the options we have on the bench. And obviously, he played another decisive part in the goal we conceded to Rodrigo, where his positioning, I don't know why he stepped up. Like, there was like a 3 versus 1 man overload down that left hand side. He completely forced Chalobah to have to do a desperation slide tackle to try and save that situation, because his positioning was too high up the field, and he kind of destroyed the whole shape of the team. There was no need to press them. He had to regroup, sit back a little bit, and let Madrid come to us so the midfield have time to get back in the game. So it was incredibly, incredibly disappointing. But other than his performance, I have to say today, the lineup we saw from Lampard gave us a competitive chance. Let's keep things brutally honest here. We all had question marks seeing that lineup. It looked like it was like a 3-5-2 turning into a 3-6-1. But having basically 4 midfield players in the game, in Kante, Gallagher, Enzo, Kovacic, that was allowing us to win that midfield battle. We were winning most of the tackles, most of the duels. And the great thing about how we played was mainly how we defended off the ball. And I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses by far this season. That's one of the hardest things to really master, is having some defensive solidity, a structure, a shape off the ball, especially when it comes to pressing. And I think it's actually quite funny and ironic that when you compare the first half or the first 60 minutes compared to the final half an hour, where all the new attacking guys signed this summer who were supposed to elevate this club and this team and take us to the next level, I feel like we looked a lot worse as a team once our attack came on. I was seeing guys like Mudryk and Felix losing the ball at times, giving the ball away quite easily in the final third. I thought Raheem Sterling had no real effect down that right-hand side. Maybe you want to see Ruben as a wing-back. But realistically, even if Ruben played, it's not making a difference in the context of this game. But just the parallels between the differences of what Reece James was doing down that right-hand side compared to Raheem Sterling, it's a weird thing where, like, are we a worse team with all the attacking players we have on the field at one time? Because I have made this point before during the season, but I felt like the more attacking players we have, the weaker our press is, the more intensity we lack. And what doesn't help is that if you want this attack to really shine, they haven't really played enough games together to build that understanding. You know, when you see how Rodrigo and Vinicius make their runs, how they link up with Benzema, how Valverde knows when to time his runs inside the box to link up with these guys, there's an understanding, there's a connection. And in football, you need that. That's one of the basic things all top teams have. You have that regular supply of service and connection. It's always going to be like that, and we haven't developed that. I think the way that we overcome that, though, is being a harder team to play against. And I think with that approach, we saw basically like a 3-6-1 from Frank Lampard. This gave us a competitive chance in this game today, with how we were pressing Real Madrid, forcing them back, forcing their defence to play long balls out from the back, playing balls side to side, winning balls in their half as well too. And most importantly, allowing us to get our wing backs further forwards. In Cucurella and Reece James, where I thought Reece James today, I mean, the guy did so well pinning back Camavinga throughout the entirety of this game. It was getting to a point where Vinicius Jr. was told to double team, Reece James, double up on him to try and do something, because if we can limit the threat on the right-hand side, I know that Carvajal can do something against Cucurella down the left-hand side, but, we were creating those wide overloads. We were bringing the wing-backs into the game. And we had some opportunities to change the course of this game and our destiny. But you have to create a competitive lineup where you have to use so many defensive type of players in your team just to be able to play this type of game against Real Madrid. The consequence is that you're going to lack attacking incision and goal threat. And a part of me feels a bit curious as to why Mason Mount is finding things very difficult basically to get any minutes or game time. There was that moment where Kante had the opportunity from Kai Havertz's header backwards, and he completely fluffed the shot because it's N'Golo Kante. You're not really expecting Kante, right, to be able to, take advantage of moments like that. If Mount was there, maybe he's not scoring, but the connection, the contact's a bit better. And, he scored goals versus Real Madrid. He plays with no fear against them. He would be someone to bring on a bit more balance at least. But come on, it's such a massive tall order to try and come back to win, 3-2 for a team that can't score goals at all against Real Madrid of all teams. Reality has to sink in for all of us. And I think realistically, none of us really went into this game thinking we're destined to win this game and get a comeback. But a lot of us wanted to see a competitive team, a team that tried today and at least give you something to be proud of. And I think for 60 minutes of this game, we were the better team. We had great opportunities, but we can't take advantage of them. Cucurella, Kante, either one of these guys had to score because, realistically, we just didn't create enough service, to be honest with you. I think the opportunities we had from set plays too, if there was one massive negative other than the subs in the second half, I'd say it was our set plays today. I think for the amount of corners we had and free kicks, I think that most of them hit the first man. For all the tall guys we had, with all the physical aerial dominance and advantage we had over Real Madrid, your set plays have to be on point. You can't waste them in games like this. And unfortunately, that basically kills an attacking threat this team could possibly muster. But I think for me, the main thing I learned from this game today is that we can't have all these attacking guys here for next season. We need to find a balance. If you want to sign a striker, if you want to bring in Nkunku as well too, how's it going to work when you have Mudryk, Sterling, Felix and all these guys together? It's not going to work. I think we have to really decide, okay, you guys aren't bad players, but realistically, we can't accommodate you. There's never going to be a system that accommodates all your talent at one time. And to be honest with you, we need to kind of fine-tune the amount of attackers we have so we can build a relationship together. That is the most important thing right now. So it's just absolutely fascinating to me that all the money we've spent on attacking players hasn't really led to too much in that sense. And for me, maybe you guys let me know in the comment section, but I kind of felt like once we obviously had to make those subs because, we're basically 3-0 down on aggregate, we have to try and get a goal somehow. I kind of felt like when these guys came on, we just looked a lot weaker. Our pressing structure was weaker. Madrid were getting easier counter-attacks against us. It's not like Madrid weren't getting decent moments against us throughout this game. They had their moments as Real Madrid. They're the best team in the world. Of course, it's going to be like that. But they were rare. They were limited. They weren't as dangerous. Yes, Rodrigo hit the post right near the start of the game. But in general, we were able to control and contain them at times. It was only the odd counter-attacks. But once the subs came on, the floodgates opened up and Madrid found things a lot easier because we basically beat ourselves. I mean, we were constantly miss-hitting shots. I mean, Mudryk, I know he was offside in the end, but the fact that he's not even getting that on target. Shakhtar Donetsk Mudryk that was tearing Real Madrid open. The Mudryk that got a standing ovation at the Bernabeu would not have missed those chances. So it does tell you that the confidence with these attacking guys is in the mud right now too. Because they're doing things they wouldn't have typically done a few months ago, last season, etc., etc. And I think it just, for me, tells me even more that, okay, we need to build our plans around a few of these guys and we can't force them all together because the balance of the team needs to be there. That competitive balance we saw today, I mean, we saw the discipline, we saw how they move as a team, the wing-back support and width. Nice team combo plays, nice one-touch passes. I thought Kai Havertz playing a deep line forward role today. I thought the guy was really good in giving us a platform in attack, linking up out wide, dropping deeper, nice one-touch touch layoffs. That's the Kai Havertz I want to see more of. but we just see it inconsistently, yeah? I don't know why we don't see it quite the same in the Premier League. I'm not too sure. But he was okay. And there were good performances. There were. Enzo. Reece James was good today, I thought. I thought Fofana was doing quite well at times with Reece James. I thought Chalobah, other than obviously the slide tackle, which I can't really blame him. I mean, Rodrigo's one of the fastest wingers in Europe. I'm not expecting Chalobah. That would have been like one of the stupid, ridiculous slide tackles if he was to actually get there. But he was good today in terms of helping us press the ball forward, playing switch balls, winning his duels. So this wasn't a performance where no one tried, no one cared, there was mistakes. But it just was a performance that highlights the actual team limits with us, because we sit on a team. That's been our thing this season. We sit on a team. There's no proper spine. There's no proper identity. Like, it's a constant different tactical tweak every game to try and make us do something. And at this level, if you have ambitions to do things in the league, in Europe, win cups, silverware, it has to be a lot greater than this. It has to be a lot better than this. And I kind of feel like mistakes have been made in abundance this season. If any other club gets bought by rich owners, they're going to look at what we did this season. They'll do the complete opposite, because it doesn't work forcing this much change into one season, yeah? Like, for Lampard to be the manager taking over against Real Madrid, respect to Frank Lampard's club legend. And ironically, the fact that Lampard was able to coach a game like this for the first 60 minutes, he can do it. He just prefers to attack. And this is why he has the results he has in his career so far. You know, he showed today, listen, he tried to come back here to do something. No one else is coming right now. What can we really do? We'll rely upon Bruno Salto, who's still loyal to Graham Potter. It wouldn't have made sense. So it's the best we can do right now. But realistically, the season is now dead and done. And the reaction now, I don't know what to expect. But I need to see a reaction from Lampard, because I need to see what the future's saying right now. I need to see what to expect for next season. And I need to see the guys we're going to be here in the future getting those minutes now. So my friends, I'm in EFC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.